So the point of entire thing of going or not is just really figuring out what do you want to come out after that degree. The personality enhancement factor is amazing. You really know how to deal with challenges. Going with an intention कि यार वहीं पे settle होना है, then choose a geography that aligns with the policies of PR. It's just that you need to start early, be very resilient with it, and be very proactive.
So Mayuri, in this video, we want to talk about study abroad, right? Like a lot of my audience are people who are either in 11th or 12th, and they are now entering their part of life in which they want to explore, they want to learn new things. And this option of studying abroad is enticing for a lot of people, but they are afraid of the costs, or they just have a lot of confusion, right? Like for which course they should be picking or where exactly they should be studying, right? So we'll try to debunk all of those myths in this video. Starting out, like, what do you think someone should think about when they are choosing the continent and which course they should be studying in? And even before that, what do you think? Is study abroad worth it or not, in your opinion?
Okay, so answering the third question first. सबसे पहले तो is it worth it or not is a very subjective call, and let's really dissect it down as to what factors can claim it to be worth it or not. तो सबसे पहले तो I would ask your audience to really ask yourself, why are you even considering studying abroad, right? What's your motivation? It can't be because I don't know what else to do, hence study abroad, or because all my friends are doing, hence study abroad. It's not strong of a reason. And if you go because of that reason, then it's not worth it. But yeah, if you have reasons like more money, fair. Better opportunities, fair. Then for me, what happened, I did not find a good study opportunity in India because the interest field was so niche. So I could find a course which was that niche, amazingly structured in other continent. So it made sense for me. So the point of entire thing of going or not is just really figuring out what do you want to come out after that degree. That decides whether it's worth it or not.
Mm-hmm. What do you think was different when you were studying abroad than when you were studying in India, in a college in India?
A lot of things. I'll point out like the top 3 things. Number 1, in India, the education is very rote based. Ratta maar lo, aap top kar sakte ho. This does not happen in foreign. In fact, even if you top, they don't care. Even if you're a 9.8 pointer, that does not mean that you're going to land your dream job. And that is actually the best part about foreign education and the entire foreign recruiting methodology, because they don't care about your marks. They care about how well you can demonstrate your skills, how well you can add the value to the table. So even if you're a 7 pointer, 9 pointer, they don't view differently. Like it happens in India, right? Agar aap topper ho to
it is a precursor that
exactly.
you need at least this much.
So this is something that I really appreciated, because then you focus on your learning and not the outcome. You focus on the process of getting the skill set that you need to land your dream job and not just reaching the destination of having a fab package.
Now, if any one of you watching this video aspire to study abroad in your dream college, then hear me out. As you all know, all the well-known and internationally acclaimed universities demand language proficiency proofs. And you can prove your English skills to your dream college by submitting your TOEFL scores. Test of English as a foreign language, or TOEFL, is one of the easiest ways for you to test and measure your English language ability. TOEFL scores are 100% accepted worldwide in over 11,500 universities and institutions in over 160 countries. The best part of this test is that you can take it from the convenience of your home online or visit your nearest test center spread across India. Coming to the budget of TOEFL, an attempt at TOEFL could cost you roughly $190, and that is 10% less than other renowned English language tests. So what are you waiting for? It's a no-brainer. Go and attempt the TOEFL test and get in your dream university. You can register for the test using the link in the description, and you can use my code ISHN20 to get $20, which is roughly 1600 rupees off on your TOEFL IBT test. So go try it out, and now let's get back to the video.
And number 3, I think the intercultural environment that you get. यहाँ पे we are just very comfortable amongst our friends, and we have groups and we're just very comfortable. But when you fly there, you are sort of dealing with people all around the globe. ऐसे country के लोग होते हैं जो नाम भी नहीं सुने होते countries के, and then just there's so much of cultural difference. Getting on a same page takes a lot of effort for you and just adjusting to the new environment. As simple as पहले तो उनकी accent ही नहीं समझ में आती है यार, you know. So all of these things really make you mature and very perspective. Your horizons just increase. And I think for me, those are the top 3 cultural or just differences as against Indian education system.
Really interesting. So you essentially become more practical when you go outside and you become an all-rounder, right?
Correct. The personality enhancement factor is amazing. You're not just a bookworm, so to say. You really know how to deal with challenges, like as simple as घर नहीं मिल रहा है, बाहर pounds में, how do you budget? You have to work part-time, you have to manage the budget, you have to study, you have to do internship. There are so many things and you're all alone. You don't have family there.
Right.
It's a very enriching experience, I would say, and जो भी afford कर सकता है, I think they should once.
We'll talk about the affording part as well in this video.
Yeah.
So next step is to pick the continent and to pick the course that you'll be picking, right? Like, is there a framework or a formula that people can think about when they are choosing the continent or which course they should be pursuing?
Let's dissect this down into 5 areas, which I think are the top 5 areas to really narrow it down to where do you want to study, the geography of your study abroad. So, सबसे पहले I will ask you, how much time are you ready to put in your studies? For example, if you're doing a master's in UK, it's for 1 year. If you're doing a USA master's, it's for 2 years. Canada masters can go anywhere between 1 and 2 years. With me, because it was a second masters, I was very adamant on the fact that I don't want to put in 2 more years. So that's why UK was the obvious choice. So that is step number 1 of the framework. How much time are you ready to put in your education? Number 2, I would say labor market situation. And let me explain what labor market situation is. 2 matrix define करते हैं, demand, supply. Demand is equal to number of jobs available in your sector, the area that you are looking at to pursue. And supply is number of people available to work in that sector. अब जाहिर सी बात है, if the demand is high in that country for that sector and the supply is less, then obviously the probability of you landing into a great opportunity or job increases.
With a great pay.
With a great pay. So I would suggest always look out for labor market condition, and how you would do that, as simple as Google it. Google में you can type skill shortage list and the country that you are looking at. Skill shortage list Canada, आपको एक list मिलेगी of all those occupations and professions जहाँ पे skills बहुत demand में है but they don't have supply. That is a very smart way of going at it. For example, if you're considering automotive as an industry, Germany is a very natural place that we could think of. If you are looking at fashion sector, then France or Italy could be a good continent or geography. So just making such smart decisions. That's step number 2. Step number 3, I would say, really be aware of the post-study work routes. Now, for example, after doing a degree in UK, you get 2 years of post-study work visa. This was just introduced last year. This is called GIR, Graduate Immigration Route. So from student visa, you get a 2-year extra to stay back in UK and look out for jobs and opportunities, which is a very good deal for international students. Then, for example, if I'll tell you for USA, you get 1 year. But if you are in the STEM courses, STEM is science, technology, engineering, mathematics, you can actually increase your OPT period to 2 additional years. So you get a whole lot of time to look out for jobs.
Right.
So you should be aware of these things. If you're looking at Australia, you get 5 years. You know, that might change the process of you thinking which geography I should go. So that is step number 3. Step number 4 is only for those folks who are planning to settle there. So you should know about the PR, permanent residency.
Right.
So Canada, it's relatively easier that
Very
we know. UK, it's very difficult. So if you're going with an intention कि यार वहीं पे settle होना है, then choose a geography that aligns with the policies of PR. And in fact, Australia has been very welcoming क्योंकि COVID के time they had closed their doors. So now 5 years मिल रहा है. So a lot of Indians who were diverted towards USA markets are actually getting segmented into UK and Australia now. And the final thing would be cost of study. You should definitely consider cost. जैसे UK में living expenses are higher, but masters in USA are for 2 years. So the net expense for 1 year would be less than net expense for 2 years. So just being aware of which city you are going, where even within the continent and country, which city. अब London obviously बहुत costly होगा as against कोई tier 2 city in UK. Same New York ज़्यादा costly होगा.
Right.
Then Raleigh. So I think these 5 things are the critical pillars which you can consider before narrowing down your country option.
Okay, now diving deeper into this cost factor, how can people think about this thing? Like, how do I pick which continent to go to, what course to get, and then how can I get scholarships while doing that? How can I fund my education, so as to say?
I think the start of this process could be defining what all the potential expenses could be. Let's divide it down. Number 1 would be the tuition fee cost of any university, unless it's a German university. Germany mein a lot of universities, especially TUs, technical universities, don't have tuition fee. Apart from that, all universities have tuition fee. So that's one massive chunk of your cost. Second cost would be your living expense cost. And to get an estimate of the living expenses, a lot of times your admit card, जहाँ से जिस यूनिवर्सिटी का एक्सेप्टेंस आता है उन्होंने लिखा होता है वहाँ पे लिविंग एक्सपेंस बिकॉज यू नीड दैट फॉर वीजा पर्पस सो दैट वुड बी लाइक द सेकेंड मेजर चंक ऑफ योर living while studying abroad. And third would be visa and flight cost, to and fro, or whatever, health insurance and visa cost. So these are the massive 3 chunks. Add them and see what is the budget looking like. And then uske baad we can process to the scholarship question that you asked about. So there are so many scholarships, Ishan, honestly. But what I've seen in my experience of interacting with so many students, that it demands them to be very proactive. And secondly, they need to research a lot. So there are so many Indian scholarships by Indian government or Indian organization like Narottam Sekhsaria. There is J.N. Tata, there is K.C. Mahindra, there is Inluck Shivdasani scholarship. I can go on and on because I had put in 1 year of my entire just researching about scholarship.
Right.
So that is very important because all of these scholarships are so competitive that they almost need you to fill in so many applications. There are 4-5 steps, including interview, online test. So बहुत सारे लोग सोचते हैं अरे छोड़ना. If this attitude gets in, then don't expect a very good scholarship for your study abroad dreams. So that's first way of how you could progress towards scholarship. Second is start early. A lot of these coveted scholarship, the deadlines are way before your intake. So if you're going for fall intake September, J.N. Tata scholarship actually closes by Feb or March with their final round.
Oh.
So the first round starts in December. So you need to be at the top of your game.
Abhi start ho December.
Shuru ho jao. These were about the Indian scholarships. Talking about so many abroad scholarships, and they are more competitive for obvious reasons because all the international students are competing for it. Like Chevening scholarship, very coveted. It's for UK. Commonwealth scholarship, again for UK. Nehru Bright scholarship for USA. So I don't want to bore you with a lot of scholarship names, but the point of me mentioning these were there are a lot of opportunities. It's just that you need to start early, be very resilient with it, and be very proactive and spam karo seniors ko LinkedIn pe because the folks who have received these scholarships would give you the best guidance of how to go about that scholarship. In fact, I have made a couple of scholarship videos on my YouTube channel if anybody wants to check it out.
Definitely. From this whole framework, step by step, someone has chosen the continent, the course, and now they've also found out ways in which they can fund their education. The next step is, let's just say they go through their program. How do they then get jobs or opportunities once they go through that experience of that 2 years of masters or their 3 to 4 year degree of bachelor's in that country?
I'll start with the first thing that shouldn't be done. Don't wait for your degree to get done before searching for jobs. If you're a master's student, start from first month. Trust me, it is so competitive. I don't want to discourage, but it is very competitive, especially in continents like USA and UK. It's very competitive. So from the day you land in UK, I'm not telling you to start applying to the graduate jobs like the one that you would pursue after graduation, but at least start applying for part-time jobs.
Right.
Because with every part-time jobs or every hop that you make out of part-time jobs, you're going to pick up skills that you can eventually demonstrate to your final employer that, you know what, I have UK experience. If you show Indian experience, yes, that would be valid. But if you show UK experience, that would be more preferable to those employers.
Makes sense.
And the second thing that the students need to do is every university, be it any continent, they have their own career unit and placement cells. Get in touch with them as soon as you can and really leverage them. Free of cost hota hai yaar. Like you are paying hefty fee to the university for all these services. And I see a lot of students not using them. What I mean, use them is there are qualified career coaches. Meet with them, figure out your career trajectory. They will help you what sort of CV that country is looking for. So the format of CV in India is different than the format of CV in UK. Understand that. Set up mock interviews with them. They also arrange career fairs. Talk to the employers. What are you looking in my application? Know them because Indian market is very different than abroad market. So leverage all these. And again, talk to alumni. Alumni are the product of universities and they are going to be very honest and literally help you.
Understood. So tell me this, is there also an element of loneliness that is there when someone goes and studies abroad? You're away from your family, you are maybe working at part-time jobs, you're completing your assignments, trying to look out for more scholarships, more opportunities at the same time. So does it get lonely or do you feel that sense of burning out? How is it? As you said, like it's a lot hard to connect with people.
Yeah, lonely lagta hai. I won't say for the extended times. If you are a social person, even if you're an introverted person, eventually you get your gang because the university that you get through, student culture, the mindset would be similar. So I hope you would end up meeting at least one or two of your vibe.
Right.
But till you
Vibe
do
and
that, but till you make those friends, it might get very lonely, especially after COVID. Like during the COVID phase, it was very difficult for international students to survive. And I was one of them. Like for 4 months, no meeting with anybody. So definitely it was lonely. I don't think it should be something that one should be scared of. That's a part and parcel of this entire journey of how you come out of that,
Cocoon.
yeah, and start approaching people, building that confidence of putting yourself out, meeting new people, and just, forming your tribe in a new country. And eventually, when you look back in retrospection, that becomes a beautiful journey.
Really interesting. All right. Wonderful talking to you, Mayuri. We have shot a previous video as well in which you explained your whole journey of how you got started. People should check that out as well if you are interested. Thanks much for joining over here and sharing your perspective, your framework, your roadmap. And I hope that this helps people to make a wise choice.
Yeah, I would like to wish all the folks who are considering studying abroad all the very best. Think it through. It's one of the heftiest investments of your life and something that you could be really proud of if the decisions are aligned with what you really want. All the very best. And thank you for inviting me, Shan.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button and subscribe. Share this with a friend of yours or your elder brother or your younger siblings. You can tag both of us on social and I'll see you all in the next video. Okay, guys, one more thing. Mayuri,
Yeah.
what's your side hustle that you're working on?
I am working on my YouTube channel, which is called Finding Why with Mayuri. If you want any career advice or anything related to study abroad, please feel free to check out my channel. Ishan is going to put the link
Link is in the description.
below. Bye-bye. Thank you for subscribing, if you did.
All right, guys, that was it. We'll see you again. Bye.